Hi there, my lovely little learners. It is so wonderful to see your bright, smiling faces today. So today's explainer is all about a super exciting story called The Fun They Had. Are you ready for a magical journey? Because today, we aren't going to talk about yesterday. And we're not going to talk about today either. Nope. We are going to travel far, far, far away into the future. So buckle up, hold on tight, and let's go.
Okay, close your eyes for just one tiny second. Imagine you're waking up in your cozy bed, stretching your arms wide, and getting ready for school. But wait, you don't pack a bag, and you don't get on a big yellow school bus. Instead, you just walk right into the very next room in your house. And standing there, waiting for you, is a big, shiny metal robot. Open your eyes. What if your teacher was a real robot? Would that be kind of silly? Would it be strange? Well, for the children in our explainer story today, that's exactly how they learn.
Let's say a big hello to a little boy named Tommy. Can you wave your hand and say, "Hi, Tommy"? Tommy is a very smart little boy who lives way, way out in the future. And see what he's doing right there? He isn't sitting at a wooden desk with a pencil and paper like we do. Nope, he's looking at a big, bright computer. He just presses buttons and types on a keyboard to do all his learning. He learns his ABCs and his numbers, all by looking at that glowing machine right inside his house.
And over here is Tommy's really good friend. Her name is Margie. Can we all say hello, Margie? Margie is 11 years old and she has a very special room. You see, this room is actually her classroom, but it's right inside her very own house. It's full of cool gadgets, blinking lights, headphones, and computers everywhere. She just sits in her comfy chair all by herself to learn her lessons. But wait, who actually teaches her? Well, let's find out.
Beep, boop, whir, click. Oh my goodness, do you hear that? That is the sound of Margie's teacher. Standing right in front of her is a big, tall metal machine. It has all these wires and dials and a big black tummy where it shows Margie all her lessons and asks her tricky questions. It doesn't smile at her, it doesn't give high fives, and it definitely doesn't sing fun songs. It just gives her homework day after day after day. Beep boop. Let's just stop and think for a second. Would you like a robot for a teacher? I mean, a machine that never gets tired, sure, but it also never laughs at your funny jokes. A teacher that just gives you test after test while you sit all alone in your room. Well, Margie's robot teacher was giving her so many tests, she was actually starting to feel really sad. She didn't like her robot school very much at all.
And you might be wondering, how do they read stories? Well, things are totally different in the future. They don't have soft paper storybooks like we do. Instead, they have something called a telebook. Can you say it with me? Telebook. A telebook is kind of like a magical book that lives right inside a TV or a computer screen. The words don't even stay still. They run back and forth, left and right, up and down. Tommy has millions of books tucked right inside his television. Imagine that.
But wait, one day something absolutely amazing happened. Are you ready for a big secret? Come on, lean in close. Margie actually wrote in her diary, "Today Tommy found a real book." Wow, a real book! You see, Tommy was up in his dusty old attic moving some boxes around, and he found something that belonged to his grandfather's grandfather. It was something they had never, ever seen before in real life.
It was a real paper book. But because it was so old, the pages were all yellow, and when they turned them, they went crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Can you pretend to make a crinkle sound with your hands? Crinkle, crinkle. The absolute funniest part for Margie and Tommy was that when they looked at the pages, the words just stood perfectly still. They didn't move around like the words on their shiny TV screens. The words just sat there, waiting to be read. They thought that was just so silly. So they started reading this crinkly old book together. And do you know what it was about? It was all about school. The old kind of school from hundreds of years ago. You know, our kind of school. Now, Margie was getting very confused. She asked Tommy, did the old teachers live in the house with the kids? Because you see, she thought every single teacher was a robot that just sat right in the corner of your bedroom. Well, Tommy just laughed and laughed. No, Margie, he said. The teachers were real, smiling, wonderful people, and they definitely didn't live in the kids' houses. Instead, there was a huge, beautiful special building called a school, and all the little boys and girls from the whole neighborhood went there together. Let's think about these two different kinds of schools for a minute. On one side, we have Margie sitting all by herself, staring at a giant metal robot teacher, pressing buttons with absolutely no one to talk to.
But on the other side, we have the old school, a human teacher who smiles and tells stories, and a whole room full of kids just like you, laughing, playing, and learning together. So, which one sounds more exciting to you? Let's hold up our fingers and count the amazing things the kids in the old book got to do. Ready? 1. They got to walk to school together, holding hands and skipping down the street. 2. They got to sit together in a big, bright classroom. And 3, because they were all the exact same age and learned the exact same things, they could actually help each other with their homework. If someone was stuck, a friend was right there to say, "Hey, I can help you with that."
And you know what the most important thing of all is? It's fun. Fun! Eventually, Margie's mom called her, and it was time for her to go back to her glowing room and her metal robot. She sat down and the robot started flashing all these numbers. But do you know what Margie was really doing? She wasn't looking at the numbers at all. She was dreaming. She was dreaming about all the little kids from the past, shouting and laughing in the schoolyard and going home together. She was thinking about the fun they had.
And wow, that brings us right to the end of our explainer today. But before we go, I have one really big question just for you. Which school do you like better? Do you want to sit all alone with a beep-boop robot? Or do you love your school, where you get to see your best friends, sing fun songs, play games, and have a wonderful, smiling teacher? I think I know the answer. You are so incredibly lucky to have such a fun school. Thank you so much for learning with me today, my little stars. Keep smiling, keep playing, and keep having fun. Bye-bye.